not my favorite, but it is like top 5. Anyway, I am going to urinate for one. Following this urination, we're going to come back and play something in the second segment. What will that something be? I'll tell you what it's not going to be is what I got a bounty for now. We can play an hour of Tetris. That seems like fun. So I'll be back in like 3 minutes, and we'll play some Tetris 99, followed by, what's the final segment here? Cooking Simulator. I'm excited. See you in 3 minutes. I'll give you some music while you wait, too. Mood, let's go for funky. Let's go for a funky, attribution not required 3-minute song. This is Iron is Laughter by Twin Musicom. Yo, it bangs. That's Iron is Laughter by Twin Musicom. It's licensed under Creative Commons Attribution License. So, I'm having some trouble with the Tetris situation here. Because it's like, hey, hit the A button to continue. Here's I don't know, like, I think I got my controllers paired to Kate's Switch yesterday. Because I was playing Super Mario Party with Daniel. Oh, it appears I have fixed the issue. Let's do it, brother. I have not downloaded Deltarune. That is an advertisement. Will I play Deltarune? Yeah, probably. Don't get your hopes up for it being in the immediacy of the future, but at some point. potentially. Tetris 99. Can I tell you, it's been a few days since I played Tetris 99. I'm a little scared. After an hour, we will come back with some cooking simulator, but for now, it's time to run your sets, run your sets, run your sets, run your sets, slide into the DMs. NL, what's an opportunist? An opportunist is somebody that switches to KOs and attacks you when you're low on... when you're high on blocks, let's put it that way. So for real, it's been a couple of days. Cut me some slack here, you know? I know it's not looking so hot right off the bat, but it's going to take me a bit to remember. I haven't even had the Tetris effect in a couple of days. You know, I haven't even had the, you know, falling asleep dreaming of the way that the blocks go together. So, you know, I'm really out of practice when that's the case. Okay, they're sending us just a staggering amount of blocks early on here. I'm not offended. I would do the same if I was threatened, which they clearly are. Hate it. Should have done something a little different there, but life goes on. You know what? Send them. Send them. Got to make some compromises from time to time. Sometimes, you know, the long and short of it is if you want to win a Tetris 99 game, you're going to have to survive something like this at some point. Why not have it be right at the very, you know, outset of the game? I'm switching off attackers, you know, thinking maybe I gave him enough to get him off my my tail. Perhaps not, though. Okay, let's go back to attackers. You know, you want to come at the champ. I'm not going to say you best not miss. All I'm going to say is you better be prepared. And, you know, my personal opinion is that whoever's attacking us right now, certainly, you know, they seem like a decent player, but they're also wasting a lot of time. You know, me personally, I would like to think I wouldn't be so prone to, you know, attacking a target that is so resilient to death, but it's not really up to me to say. You know, that's the way they choose to run their set. So we knocked out an attacker. My guess is that was probably the big man who kept sending us garbage we didn't want. Now we start sending some KOs their way. This is where we can finally start to run our own game. I gotta tell you, I hate being in the top 50 almost without having, you know, at least a few KOs, but it is what it is, you know? Sometimes you gotta fight back. What are we gonna do? Not tackle a Wyatt that sends himself? If I had that as an option, I might consider it, but that's not viable. So there's a second KO. Gonna need a lot more than that. But it's been a surprisingly effective warm-up game, in my opinion. No great place for this. Make a compromise. Tetris and, you know, life is all about compromises. I've been gleaning a lot of wisdom from Tetris when it comes to, you know, my everyday life. You know, just as in life, you know, as in Tetris. You're going to make some mistakes, you know. You're not going to build a perfect tower on your first attempt. And, you know, sometimes the situation is just not conducive to you building a perfect tower to begin with. Sometimes you got to accept, you know, you got to put a little... something in a suboptimal position now so that you got the freedom to do what you need to do later. You know what I mean? I think it's a valuable lesson to learn, not just in Tetris, but in the real world as well, dare I say. I'm just saying, this game is a very good influence on all the Hulkamaniacs out there. We need this blue piece in a big way. No doubt about that. We got another long one coming up. Don't even sweat the situation as it stands right now. Here's the thing. You send me one line of garbage, I send you two. I did just hear a T-spin, so I'm pretty sure that we are being targeted for deletion some point in the future by the Wyatt Earp of Tetris, but it is what it is. You know, we're gonna do our darndest, As Daniel would say, we're going to run our sets, and all we can do is our best, right? That's, yeah, that's what you do there. Let's go back to KOs. I know we just had the attacker come in with some pretty rude plays. Not my finest move there. No long piece coming up, so we're going to have to make a compromise. And I think that's acceptable. 7 KOs. Dude, I got to be honest. It gives us a chance. This is an important one. Okay, we're dead. It was a good game, though. I think we got wieted a little, but dude, that was a decent first game. I got no complaints about that one. Did Tetris prove that you can Battle Royale every single game? Dude, the thing is, like, oh yeah, let me change my game name as well. I actually think, if anything, what's wild is that Tetris 99 might be like the best BR. Or at least... I think it proves that Battle Royale is a genre that you can apply to many game... many shells of games, if that makes sense. It's not a very elegant way to explain what I was trying to explain, but... Again, I've been pushing the agenda that, you know, if you're mad at battle royales, you're throwing the baby out with the bathwater, in my opinion. I think the battle royale is a genre, just like deathmatch, you know, just like last man standing. Now, just because they've all been shooters so far doesn't mean they all have to be shooters forever. But that's just my 2 cents. I guess is a hotly heated and contested issue. I think you could do battle royale racing games, like a modified elimination game from existing racers. Absolutely. I don't think that's out there at all. Like far out, you know, like Moonage Daydream by David Bowie. Far out. Okay, we're going a little slow here. Let me get a temporary radio silence just to overclock the cerebral cortex, if you don't mind, and we'll be back momentarily. All right, I think we're back. Not much in the way of attackers. Just, you know, so far, honestly, what do we at on KOs? 0? That makes sense. It's just a nice, relaxing game of Tetris so far. Nothing to really complain about. Nothing to be too excited about. Pretty hard to pull out a win with the numbers we got going on here as far as KOs go. At least for me personally, but you never know, dude. You never friggin' know. This is where, in my personal and professional opinion, we just start sending lines. Sometimes it's just, you know, about the amount of pressure you can put on enemies. It's not about, oh, did you create the greatest, you know, line in Tetris history. Sometimes it's just about sending them as many lines as possible, as quickly as possible. Well, I hate that, but it's okay. I also hate that. I do think we have a rude attacker on our case right now. Just a not-so-nice individual. But he was unable to cause us too many problems. I just wanted to say I'm loving your Tetris content. Keep it up. Thank you. The thing is, I don't know what I'm going to do with Tetris once we get our first dub on video. Well, that's probably not what you want to do there. Maybe we'll keep it up. Maybe we won't. Maybe we'll take a temporary break. Maybe we won't, you know? This is a situation, I recognize how this looks. But you just gotta accept, I wouldn't say I saw the Matrix. I think that would be a bit of a ridiculous statement for what just happened. But I think I saw an avenue. My avenue is quickly falling apart. Yeah, we deserve to die here. That was really bad. We got a suboptimal array of pieces as things got down to brass tacks there. Also poor play, though. I don't think that was an ERP. It's not an ERP situation. T-spin more. Just shoot the puck in the net, Elias. Why don't you just, when you shoot the puck in a way the goaltender can't stop it? That's what I would do if I were in your position. Okay, I think we store. That's all right. Keeping the blood pressure low, you know, as a result of the whole glaucoma thing. Still can't hear anything but run your sets, and then slide into the DMs. I don't like what we got building here, and I don't think that's even close to a controversial statement. Let's take ourselves back down here. Got way too high. Happens to the best of us, brother. These blue pieces are not doing me too many favors. You know, just place, go back to attackers. Look at that. We got some opportunists. And, you know, sometimes having opportunists is a bad thing. Sometimes having opportunists is just an avenue to get KOs. And if you don't have that avenue to begin with, I think it can be a positive. So we pulled ourselves back from the brink. Really need... don't really want to spend a long piece to do it, because an orange would do the job, but it is what it is, man. It is what it is. And I'm actually we're gonna do a little compromise, because I think we have the ability to clear blocks at a reasonable pace. Look at that. Okay. If we don't get a KO out of this situation, I'm gonna be mighty surprised. I'll invest. It's a new term. Investing is when, it's actually the opposite of investing in real life. Because what we're going to do... I love this. What we're going to do is screw over our future to get some more lines in the present. Alright, that's just a beautiful arrangement there. And we're back. Still no KOs, though. You know what I'm worried about is the idea that... Oh, jeez. Is the idea that... maybe someday soon, if it hasn't already happened, the only people left in Tetris 99 are going to be Wyatts. You know, is there enough fresh blood coming into this game that realistically I'm going to be able to play it a month from now and have any reasonable chance to win? I don't want you to answer that because I think I know the answer already. You know, we got long pieces coming up soon, but you get the chance to clear some trash. I think you clear the trash. Okay, there you go. Should have done that in inverted order. But we're back. We got a long square piece coming right up. That's going to be a big one. It's always nice when you get in a situation where, you know, you're holding a square block, but you get an opportunity to also dump a square block. Because that's a block that's hard to get rid of in a lot of circumstances. Let me hit you with that radio silence temporarily as we switch back. Thanks, I hate it. 2 attacking KOs for my own survivability. Wrong. That was the wrong maneuver. Please. I need my large sons. We had another long piece coming right off the bat. That's a bummer. You dare give me a KO in this situation? You dare give me 2 KOs in this situation while I'm fighting for my life? You know why that irritates me? Is because it means that me and several other seemingly bad players are fighting it out right now. Why are we fighting each other, dude? We need to fight the Wyatts. Fair enough. It's like me and like 4 other people that were all attacking KOs. We're all just killing each other for no reason. Longest garbage hole I've ever seen. Do you use vectors or arrays when programming? Neither. I use lists most of the time. You know why? Because the increased functionality of a list in C# is worth the memory overhead, because we're no longer programming in an era where the average computer has 8 kilobytes of memory. I know your professor is out there saying like, well, there's a lot of extra overhead on the... You got to be careful about stuff like this. Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree. Simultaneously, you know, you got your CS degree in 1975, Grandpa. Times has changed. We're not dealing with a computer where you feed in a punch card and then it says, sorry, I'm not making Pico 8 games here. You know what I mean? I'm here for some rapid prototyping. I'm willing to do this. Perhaps you could argue is not the right choice. I'm beginning to think you may have indeed been correct. But I'm not convinced yet. Was not a Mad Cat situation. Okay, we got a little bit too much garbage coming our way. I'm never mad about garbage. All that I say about garbage is if you send me garbage, you got to be ready to receive some in turn. I just want you to fear sending me garbage. If you can beat me, send me the garbage. You've earned it. If you can't beat me, change targets. I don't want to lose to a Tetris coward in the early game. Letting him bully me. This isn't PUBG, you know? If I get shot in PUBG, I'm like, let's bail! In Tetris, I got hops, and for the first time in my life, I gotta tell you, I got a little bit of confidence. Got a lot of heat coming in. I remain unperturbed. Not really a huge fan of what's happening here, but I have a feeling they're not going to be a huge fan of what just happened right there. We got a long piece coming up. Take the hit and send him the garbage in return. Send him. Change attackers, or change targets. Why? Why would you want to do this to yourself? You really want to fight this out? Every time you send me 1 line of garbage, I am able to send more lines of garbage in return. Just due to the virtue of distributed loads. Don't take it out of context, please. Now I'm getting twice as much garbage. Admittedly. But I'm sending twice as much garbage too. I don't hate it anymore. I was going to say thanks, I hate it. Then I rethought it. I no longer hate it. Got to get that garbage hole cleaned up, though. Man, if I had a nickel for every time I heard that. There we go. Now the KOs start flowing, it's all over, man. Okay, we got to... I hate to do it, but I really feel like we were in the clear. We were wise to dump there. In my opinion. But time will tell. We got a long piece coming up. We're going to have our work cut out for us, but there you go. Relatively safe again. And we're clear. Ish. We got a blue boy coming up, so we can afford this. Get some space. Yoicks. Okay. Suboptimal. But, you know, sometimes necessary. Again, I really... It grinds my gears, man, to have a bunch of Wyatts target me. You know, it's not my... It's not my intention to get ground down by Wyatts in the early game. I spent this whole freaking game on attackers just trying to defend myself from the insecurity of small men. I see we got a blue boy coming up. Very happy to see that, but we got to get that garbage hole clean. Clean your garbage hole, bucko. There we go. Not a huge fan of this one. Again, the garbage hole remains beset on all sides. And would have there as well. Now the garbage hole's clean. And we've got a good boy in reserve. I'm going to go to KOs real quick. See if we can stack up a staggering amount of badges. I can accept it. That's a pretty nasty situation. No! It didn't rotate. That was a tough one. I'm not saying we got Wyatted, but I do see several big badge daddies out here in the field right now. That was a pretty good game, though. We got way up to the top there. That's why I want those kills early, dude. That was an Aunt Bertha situation? What is an Aunt Bertha situation? How do kills help you win? You clear garbage that's sent to you faster with each line, and you send more garbage with each line as well. So here's what I'm thinking. I think I got a little lost in the sauce on that game, as Dan would say. I don't think it's becoming of me to get involved in these early, you know, ego plays. Okay, it's probably like, you know, I would recommend, if possible, not flubbing your drops as well. Like, why am I wasting my time getting caught in the minutia? You know what I mean? Oh, this guy attacked me, I gotta kill him. No. You kill him at the end of the game. It's gonna be a problem. It's gonna be a big problem. Don't give me the line. Don't give me the... Okay, that one, we were done early there. Stop going for KOs first second. Where are we at here? You just feed a Rorschach situation? You think so? So you stay randoms, you get your Tetrises stored up, go for KOs, grunk, 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 grunk. Got it. Got it, got it, got it, got it, got it. I'll give it an attempt. Stay on attackers by default. You know, I get it. You watch Wumbo, okay? What works for Wumbo, you know, what works for Shroud, what works for Austin. You gotta play some different games, depending on your skill level. You know, I gotta tailor my own a strategy to my own what's the word I'm looking for here? My own inequities. You want to put it here. You know, I'm only doing that one because I like you. Okay, so this is where, for real, brother, I'm like, I don't know if we should go this high. It's a high risk, high reward situation. Now we go KOs. Send them. Send them. Then you go back to randoms real quick. No, you go to KOs, then you go back to randoms real quick. Okay. Now, that not generating a single KO for me, highly insulting. Oh, we had a blue piece coming right up. I didn't need to compromise like that. Let's go on attackers real quick. You send me garbage, I send you garbage. It's the rule of reciprocity. You ever hear the strategy tit for tat? It's a very common case study in the field of game theory. The idea is it's an AI, an artificial intelligence. And it plays the prisoner's dilemma. And the optimum strategy, it was the dominating strategy for the prisoner's dilemma, is be nice to everybody until someone's not nice to you, and then you're mean to them. Every time they're not nice to you, they learn where it gets them. Unfortunately, you can't really do that in Tetris because, you know, constantly making lines makes enemies. But words to live by, you know, I think. I think it's a good philosophy for dealing with human beings as well. I'm just going to send them, you know, and then I'm going to... I shouldn't have done that one. It's all right. We're gonna send them again. We're just going to wait a second. Like literally 1 second. Until that moment. Don't like to see that. It's alright, we got a long piece coming up. We're gonna need several. So we'll temporarily make ourselves beset on all sides. But we worked it down pretty quick. No KOs is devastating here. 1 KO, still pretty bad. Alright, we got out of the woods on that bad placement. Put me back on randoms real quick. I don't want to attract any undue attention early on here. Yikes. You know what? Let's clear. Alright, here's how you do a friggin' T-spin in my world, alright, brother? Did not work. That was not a wise move on my part. Take me back to KOs real quick. Call that the old egg T-spin. The reason we call it that is because it does not work. Do not be fooled. You know what? I'll set up for the 1 wide. I'm still a 1 wide sort of boy. Like, I understand the methodology of the 2 wide revolution. I haven't found it practical for myself yet, and that's not an indication of it being bad. It's an indication of me being bad. Go on attackers real quick. Find it very disrespectful in my time of need to be hit with this level of garbage. There has never been a greater moment of thanks I hate it than that right there. Okay, you get in the woods. This is one tip I have not applied very well. You get in the woods, what do? Switch attackers. Or switch targeting. We went very, very, very aggressive there. By not clearing lines at our first available opportunity. It's a problem. Please. All right. We tried. We got in there a little bit, but definitely we were playing for behind for sure. Fourth is pretty good. If you're low on KOs, consider targeting badges. That way you can catch up. I see what you're saying, but it's like what I'm worried about is I got 1 KO, someone's got 8. I badge them, they're on attackers. All of a sudden, you know, I've got a 75% disadvantage in the battle. Yo, this is a Rorschach. Rorschach is a genuine chance. Anytime you see a Rorschach, that's a win in waiting. I'm not even concerned yet. Okay, I'm very concerned. That was a real bad Mad Cat situation. But you know what? Even the best in the world gonna Mad Cats on occasion. It's about how you get yourself out of the Mad Cats after it happens. So it set us back. There's no doubt about that. They had us in the first half, I ain't gonna lie. I'm willing to use it there. Okay, so now we got our first KO. All you do is make lines, rebuild. We got Tetris meta now. Once you got, not Tetris meta, Rorschach meta. Once you got Rorschach meta, you just send. You send them. Don't even. You send them. We're almost on KOs now. We've dissuaded most of our attackers from attacking. I would like to suck up, you know, a few more KOs out of this if possible, but it's the greed talking. Okay, put me on KOs. Now that we got a 25% advantage, again, it's a little low compared to where I'd like to be. Not because I'm good, but because the Rorschach situation, you know, it presents the opportunity for situations like this. Sure, it'll work. And this is where you probably send them. Just kidding. This is where you send them. That was us. That wasn't a T-spin. That was the game going, yo, dude, double Tetris. Poggers in the chat, please. 50 players left, 4 KOs. You know what? I'm gonna target Wyatt's. We're gonna go for a badge-related situation here. I'm gonna toss you a little staircase action, like so. Hit you with one of those. Not superb. Hey. You know what? We gotta clear some lines. I've done this to myself, and that's what really hurts. It'll work. Give him a little send. Follow it up. We got an orange coming up. Store this. Send this. Okay. Dude. I gotta tell you, The Wyatts of the world, they're not buying it. And by it, I mean the farm. They're not dying. I don't know if I would say, you know, optimistically, is 4 KOs winnable for us? Sure, you know. I mean, 0 KOs is winnable. Just play faster, lol. Realistically, wouldn't bet the farm on a victory, but okay, you know what? Attackers, that's what you get. Why did I ever switch off from attackers? We're in a Rorschach meta. Extremely rude. Send them. Compromise. Just a little. People aren't big fans of the compromise meta. I can't say I blame them. This is going to be an issue. Damn, dude, that's tough. Still, second top 10 finish. And Bertha isn't exactly a Wyatt, but she's getting up there in the years and has a lot of time. She's good enough to make the top 50 and usually gets eliminated after she eliminates you. Not a Rorschach. I don't know. Maybe I should revise my Rorschach thinking. You know what I mean? I mean, 3, that seems like an acceptable Rorschaching to me. But I'm open to dissent. It's a little. And we got 3 again. I'd always prefer for it to be more, but you know, anytime I think early on you get the capabilities of targeting multiple people early, why not take advantage of that, right? That seems like a pretty solid get. Alright, well. It's one of those situations, like, I would prefer to send you less lines. But unfortunately, you will not allow me to send you less lines. And by unfortunately, I mean we're dead. Gotta kill this one for sure. Sorry, we can get there. Something like this. It'll work. Please clear the garbage hole. The garbage hole is free and clear, boys. Give me some KOs. Okay, we probably want to double line clear it. You know what? Let's... I don't see any blue boys coming up anytime soon. I hate it, but it's also productive. A while to go before we get some longed pieces. Don't do me like this. You gotta clear lines. Let me live. Let me live for 1 second. Okay. We're back. Ooh. That's a delicate situation, let me tell you. And the KOs are flowing. Okay, so let's go back to a little random action here. Very simple methodology for it. Chat told me to. But I gotta remember, and I did this in exactly the inverse order. When you have big lines, you send them on KOs. You don't send them to randoms, because that's a waste of your God-given ability. not quite going to make the double Tetris, but it's one of those situations where I would say it's probably a little academic. Okay. You know what? You send me a line, all it means is you want a line in return. It would be rude for me not to return the gift that you've given me. Sorry, brain temporarily broke. More so than usual. I got the full Dan Giesling remix going on in my cerebral cortex as well. Run your sets, run your sets, slide into the DMs. Run your sets, run your sets, into the DMs. It's just I mean, from my perspective, some awkward blockwards. Like, we got out of it, but we were waiting on some good boys there. Took us a while to get them. But you know what? We're back. Would I say stronger than ever? I think that would be a little bit disingenuous. But we're back. Put me there instead. Okay. This is a situation you don't want to create for yourself, and I got nobody to blame but myself. Left myself in a spot where, like, the only thing that can save me are long pieces. You don't always have an unlimited supply of long pieces. That's a big one. It's got a lot of badge-related support right there. This one's got to go here, then you send this one right here. Do not compromise. There's no need for compromising yet. It's going to be an issue. We got to survive for like a few more blocks. Send him one of those. That's a big one. That's a problem. I don't really want to go down there. Okay. Feel like I've been rewarded for being bad, and truth be told, I'm all for it. This is an extreme Stay Frosty situation. You basically gotta do. It's gotta go over. It's gotta go over. If it can't go over, we got real problems. Oh no! Why does Wyatt let me live? No, 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 no. We were so close. Patasoraptor. Congratulations. You've bested me. That got hot, dude. We were almost there. That's okay. Finally, some good games. And we've had like, we've had like 4 top 10s. That's pretty solid. I can live with it. Oh, it's a good starting pattern. Love to see it. Then here, you got to make a decision. You know, personally, I would have preferred to have not had to do things that way. Maybe there's a better classic Tetris play, but I am unaware of what it is. Yeah, I got myself in a weird spot. We're stacking a little high. Let's clear some lines. And you know, it's a privilege to be the last person eliminated. It would be more of a privilege to win. Put me on KOs real quick, Dad. Our next long piece, it's a long way away, dude. But I think... Nah. There you go. That's probably enough lines to get a second KO. I mean, I gotta say, I told you so. Again, let some lines soak. You go on randoms temporarily. Let some lines soak up. We're just gonna clean our own garbage hole. Yeah, that'll work. Now we go KOs. Probably could have done KOs slightly earlier. Honestly, I see it in chat. Go attackers. Go attackers. My personal experience with Tetris 99 is that going attackers, I think, is not worth it as often as people seem to think it is. But it's a hotly contentious issue. Definitely, if you were saying go attackers, because I had a lot of attackers, I firmly agree with you now. I didn't notice that. And I'm feeling slightly silly as a result. You know? I'm gonna go for like a big time... Well, no, I'm not. Now that we have attackers, I'm just gonna send them. These guys are gonna really regret the garbage-related situation they've gotten themselves into. I'll tell you that much. They don't even know at this point. They're like, well, there's nothing to worry about. Easy kills. Wrong. That's where you're wrong. Mind you, things are looking a little spicy. That's a send. Really prefer to not have to drop this piece, but can't always get what you want, right, brother? Could use a long piece. Didn't have to be that, but thank you. Okay, so really at this point, we're just saying, you know, if we don't get a KO out of this, things are about to get real heated. I'd like to see another one. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I asked for it specifically, and you granted it to me. It's all a man could ever ask for. Now you go KOs. You send them. You send them. That's a KO. You can't essentially do anything about that. I'm sorry to say. Might take a second to percolate down. Very dangerous situation. Modest amount of compromise required. Yeah, you know what? In the business, we call that a thanks, I hate it. Say it with me. That's got to be one more KO. Personally, I have a hard time seeing, you know, your average Aunt Bertha stand up to that. Thanks for the terminology, by the way. It's been added to the lexicon. Brain freeze. I'm not ashamed to admit it. It happens from time to time. My brain froze up. Almost happened again. This is a big one. Okay. It's nice to know what you're dealing with. Please. Okay, you know... Oh, no, I can't go there, though. That's like the one place it cannot go. All right, that happened fast. Alright, we've probably got a few more games in us here. It's all, like, trying to get the long piece to rotate over a tall obstacle to get into a spot on the side is real difficult. I should have tried with the other button, though. You're probably right. The other rotation, I should say. You need to spin counterclockwise for that. That's good to know. I should leave the slot in the middle. Two attackers. Nah, that's still a random situation. Just thinking it through. We got plenty of time here early. No reason to... Excuse me, sir. It's kind of a bad manners move early on to dump this much garbage on an individual. I mean, I understand. When you play to win. But my lord. Really putting me on the back foot early here, huh? Alright, well. Let's say we got pretty freaking lucky with that one. It is going to take us a while to... I mean, it's not just the garbage we were given. It's also the garbage that essentially I gave myself to get out of the garbage that we were given. We're almost there. We're there. Give him a quick one of these. I see we got another big one coming up. Give him another one of those. Really sucks for whoever just got those Tetrises. That essentially, like, what did they do to deserve getting targeted? Well, nothing. But they get a double Tetris sent at the dome piece because somebody sent me enough garbage to easily reflect that much back. Sorry. Life's tough, I guess. Sorry, a little spicy. It's not that bad. Clear the garbage hole, go to attackers, and all of a sudden we got ourselves a Rorschach situation. You know, I appreciate the tips earlier. I didn't realize that I may have been creating Rorschach situations for myself. In trying to fight the Rorschach, I may have accidentally become the Rorschach on occasion. Certainly was not my intention. If I'm being honest, I see some KOs coming in our future. Hopefully that doesn't end up being ironic. Yeah, I'll send them. I don't like a little mini send like that, but you gotta do what you gotta do. This is an issue. Just let me live. All I needed to do was live long enough for that straight piece to get down there, dude. That's a bad one. If that square piece was one, or the long piece, I should say. If that long piece was one closer, send the garbage back. Reflected. I'm rubber, you're glue. Stop stacking squares. Well, what do you do if you get 2 squares in a row? Oh, just T-spin. All right, fair enough. All I'm saying is the just T-spin comments, they don't rattle me. You know, I've been in this gig for a long time. But it's like when, you know, somebody's brand new to the gym and you're like, what routine should I do? I got membership to the local YMCA. And they're like, you know what you should start with is some, just go to the gym day one. Why don't you pop out a 5x5 deadlifts and squats? And they're like, well, I've shattered my spine. What do I do now? And they go, well, you gotta work on your form, obviously. You know, sometimes I'm not really in that T-spin weight class, is what I'm trying to tell you right now. I know what a T-spin is. I have done T-spins before, but all of my T-spins are what I would describe as artificial. In order to get a T-spin, ooh, that's no good. I have to compromise. I have to be like, okay, I'm going to get a T-spin now, and not think about anything else. So it makes my performance worse temporarily. Maybe it'll make it better in the long run. But, you know, you're not privy to 100% of my Tetris 99 gameplay, so how do you know I'm not already working on it, bucko? This is a real dangerous situation. We got a lot of KOs, and they're still rising, but we compromised to get here, which means we are, like, wide open for being targeted for deletion. Think we're gonna be lucky enough to get ourselves out. We need a blue boy, and a blue boy's coming. Okay, I'm gonna put us back on attackers for now. I'll never dispute the fact that we got extremely lucky to survive there. We're... oh, again. We're 50% damage up. That's enough to, I think, force KOs in a situation where they wouldn't otherwise happen. Well. So I think it benefits us to be aggressive right now. That was not what I should have done there. Got to clear a lot of trash. There we go. Get down to brass tacks. Done some good stuff here. Gotten ourselves out of a little bit of a mess. All of these messes are of my own creation. But that's Tetris, and dare I even suggest, that's life, baby. Hoping that's one more KO. If we can get to 75, anything can happen. 75% damage up. I didn't mean to do it. So I'm going to go radio silence for a bit. This is a good time for me to be real aggressive, if possible. Well, that's a bummer, dude. $75, okay. It is what we asked for. We gotta, before we get top 10, which is real friggin' soon, we gotta clean up our garbage hole. Everything's okay. Please stop building on top of your garbage hole. We don't need much. We need like an orange piece. Okay. I wouldn't say we're out of the woods, but certainly looking a lot less woody than it did a second ago. I actually thought, and I'm not even messing with you, I thought we just won because there was like a little lag on the KO. And that's what happens when you win. Cough, cough, I've heard. Don't stack squares. It's easy. You don't stack squares. You gotta be some kind of idiot to stack squares. Probably shouldn't be stacking those either. It's alright, garbage hole is clear again. We just need a big piece. Not gonna happen. Oh! We were getting there. We were getting there. I felt it. Little bit too high on the sides for sure. But we were doing all right. Yeah, I should remember, like, when I am getting hit by what feels to be a Wyatt Earp, it's time for us to change targeting. If you hit badges early, you can take out the Wyatts before they can get to you. Yo, but the thing is, I am incapable of taking out a Wyatt, a real Wyatt. You know, I understand I've hit proto-Wyatt levels personally, but I'm incapable of taking out a Wyatt under fair circumstances. I require an advantage to best a Wyatt. So where I feel like that's applicable is if I can get a situation. This is a real dangerous one. If I can get a situation where I get enough kills to kind of... That was not what I meant to do. Start coming out ahead a little bit. You know, maybe I got more kills than you would expect your average Wyatt to have early. That's when I jump in and go, surprise, Wyatt. You're dead. I got you. Okay, we need a long piece there. But otherwise, not so bad. So fill that in. I think we got an okay thing going on here. It's like immediately I knew we were going to have to switch, but... Okay, time to send them, I think. Then go back to random so the crime cannot be traced. You know what? I'm okay with it. Garbage hole. You know, I know you said don't stack the squares. I'm sorry, Chad. Some rules are made to be broken. That square was asking to be stacked. Just temporarily. Please forgive me. That's a KO. I was just gonna say. You can just feel it. It's not even like a... It has, like, quite literally nothing whatsoever to do with, like, good IQ in the game. It's just, did I send a bunch of lines near simultaneously? If yes, that's probably good enough to snag yourself a KO. Is this a T-spinnable situation? It needs... We need a connection on the other side, don't we? Okay, I swear to you, I've never T-spinned in that direction before. I've only T-spinned in the clockwise direction. So that was a big moment for my personal development. That was... that's a 10 out of 10 right there. Now, did the T-spin do anything for us? No, absolutely not. That's not what it's about, dude. It's about silencing the people in chat saying he never uses the freaking T-spin. Now he's used the T-spin. All is forgiven. I wish you were facing the other direction. Sorry, once you start to sing, it's all over. like in the game, but also in real life. It's alright. As long as we keep a clean garbage hole, I don't mind sacrificing the long boy there. KO, please. That's a debatable KO. Right, that makes sense. It's a real issue. Go attackers real quick, then get off. This is one heck of a Wyatt, boys. Oh, look at all the opportunists. Yeah. We're free. Temporarily free. Not long-term free. This isn't the kind of freedom you can hang your hat on. There's only one rule in this sort of situation. Whatever you do, do it faster than you're comfortable doing it. I have no long pieces in my purview, so what we're gonna do, and I want you to know, I don't like it either. But you gotta clear lines. At the end of the day, that's a problem. Yeah. we got lost in the sauce up there at the top. I believe in my husband. Thank you. Thank you. Did you finish your Civ campaign? No comment. What I'll tell you though, I got one more good one. One more good one in us. Top 10 is a good one. So if it's not happening here, then so be it. But we got one more good one in us before we switch to our final game, which I've been eager to check out. I will not preempt it. I'm a variety streamer. Perhaps you've heard of us. We still exist. Okay, put me on KOs. I know always targeting KOs is a little bit of a weird strategy. I don't want to take advantage of the garbage hole. Do something like this instead. There you go. You send them, and you store. Send them, store. That's a methodology for success. See, what do you do with a blue boy or a square boy in this situation? It's a genuine question. I guess the smart-ass answer is don't leave situations where it's so difficult. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Where it's so difficult to place a square. But like for those of us who live in the real world, what do you do? You know, like something I can do today. Stack better. All right. I see how it is. Stack better, they say. As if it's possible to stack better than a god. To do something like that. I've seen the other streamers, by the way. What's it like to place one line wrong and then just throw your whole board to the ground on purpose, you know? And just give up. There's nothing I could do, dude. I hear the refrain. It echoes over and over. There's nothing I could do, dude. I don't live my life with that sort of luxury, you know? Where I can throw everything away just because I had one setback. On this channel, we fight through our mistakes. Sometimes we might cover up the garbage hole, like we did right there. You know what we do? Sometimes we might stack the squares as we did right there. You know what we do? We endeavor to clear that garbage hole in the future, like so, and promise to do better next time. Sometimes it's the only thing you can do. Oh, dude, the cortex is overclocked. I can feel it. How are you supposed to compete with an overclocked cerebral cortex? Sometimes you're just feeling the lines in Tetris. When you're feeling the lines in Tetris, it's hard to stop you. That one was a line that I wish I could have back, honestly, but we can still toss that there pretty easily. We need an orange. Please keep oranges in mind for the future. We no longer need an orange. We need a long piece. That's a good one. Blue will work. Okay, that's an attacker's situation. As far as I'm concerned, we got to get in there. Long piece coming. Long piece coming. Okay? You'll rue the day. I don't need to tell you because I'm going to show you. All I'm going to say, you'll rue the day. I hate it, but you know what? Now we just got to work ourselves out of the garbage hole debt we put ourselves in to get those KOs. Sometimes you got to spend money to make money. Put me on KOs, please. Get me out. I don't want to be here anymore. Okay, put me on randoms. Have I saved myself? Absolutely not. Oh, you didn't tell me there was a long piece coming, dude. There's nothing I can do. So I know I said one more top 10. I was just God spinning at the top. We gotta put one more on that one. I mean, we built on top of the garbage hole. It was a bad mistake. How do you feel about being the top Tetris 99 streamer? What do you think, Kate? You got a quote for me? She said, "Omae wanderu shinderu." What did I say?
You say, "Omae wa tsunderu."
How come when you say it, it sounds right, and when I say it, it sounds bad?
Because you said it wrong.
That doesn't seem unlikely, given that I'm the top Tetris 99 streamer.
Until I
Oh. You know what? Let's send them. You think this is sendable?
Yeah.
All right, let's send them. Put me back on randoms. I don't want to get wyated early on here. If this is truly going to be our last game.
If this is gonna be the last game, you just always target on the attackers, and anyone who dare to choose you, you give them
Send
a
them.
taste of Egg Lord, and they'll be crying.
A taste of Egg Lord. I like that. That sucks. So after this, we'll play some Cooking Simulator. Following Cooking Simulator, Kate will be live playing some Division 2. Is that correct?
That is correct.
At least I can still speak English.
Run here.
Oh, Kate, I'm overclocked. You ever just get that in Tetris? Like you feel like your brain just starts working right?
I always feel like my brain is working right.
Really?
There isn't a moment that my brain is working right.
I feel fully friggin' overclocked right now. Okay, I lost it. The magic is temporarily gone, but you know what?
Green, green, green.
Yo, Kate, you gotta recognize it's like you're talking to somebody that's driving on the highway right now. I appreciate the advice, but you gotta give your man a chance to breathe here. That was a bad placement. I'll live with it.
No! Light blue, light blue!
What do you think about that, sister?
Let's go! Run your set, run your set, run your set, run your set, run your set. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, I hate that.
It's only for the setup for the T-spin. They don't even
Ah!
know.
Ah!
You got the light blue, you got the light blue, let's go!
Please.
You got the light blue, you got the light blue, let's go! No panic, no need to panic, just put that in the hole. Let's go light blue!
I don't want to build on the garbage hole, but I got no choice.
It's alright, it's alright. Just gotta go fast. And then here's your light blue. Let's go!
Give me a square boy.
Square boy coming, square boy coming. Let's go!
I'm almost
Let's
free.
go.
I'm almost free.
Oh, and then the light
Oh,
blue,
you're gonna
let's
be
go!
sorry now. You're gonna be sorry
And then
now.
another light blue, let's go!
Alright, almost lost it.
Triple Tetris, let's go!
Sorry, I'm not getting too ahead of myself. We encountered a very delicate situation recently there that honestly still weighs heavily on my mind, as I think it should. A bit of a cautionary tale.
What doesn't kill you make you?
Stronger.
Exactly.
She's right.
Now you're just stronger egg lord. Your egg got stronger.
That's a scary thought. Have you heard of our Lord and Savior? Never stack squares.
Stack squares, who cares? You win. It's alright, it's alright, it's alright. He's spinnable.
Wait, that's not T-spinnable, Kate!
Now it is.
That's not a T-spin, that's an L-spin. It's two very different scenarios. That's not where that goes.
Let's go.
This is a problem. I mean, I feel like I gotta throw one more in there, because, like, I was having a little bit of mental noise.
Why are you blaming me?
I'm not blaming you, it's confusing. You gotta stay meditated.
Ruka, let's go.
We will absolutely never play Puyo Puyo Tetris on the NLSS. There is no, it will never. Why not? Because I think it would make for bad content. is the real answer. Have you heard people on the NLSS, myself included, try to banter over, like, I mean, I can't even think of an example. That's how bad the banter is lubed up right now in my head thanks to this. It's got to be something that's... There's like a banter sweet spot. It's essentially like the, you know, just enough mental engagement that you're not bored. But not so much mental engagement that you can't handle the things that are coming your way. You know what I mean? That's a good KO. I felt it. I don't think Puyo Tetris would be conducive to that experience. I might be wrong. You can probably tell from my tone of voice. I don't believe that I am, but I'm open to the idea, as foolhardy as it might be. My controller just, I think it sent me a little message and said, I'm running out of batteries, bud. A little bit worried about that, but it would be a fitting end for the kind of content we got going on here. Send them. We are seeking a blue boy. Send them. That's an easy send. No blues coming up, so we'll send you here. Clear some garbage. Don't do that. Send them right there. And we're back. Alright, that's going to cause some people some problems. I would be very surprised if that's not another KO in waiting. Give it about 3 seconds. What did I tell you? There. Something like that. Thinking about your moves, I know it sounds ridiculous to what I'm about to say. I mean, what I'm about to say is ridiculous. Thinking about my moves really helped me out a lot. Instead of just plopping stuff down, you know, at the earliest available opportunity. Alright, this is a big send. Every once in a while, I open myself up to the "you don't say" crowd as a little bit of an intellectual sacrifice. Okay, let's stop covering the garbage hole. Something like that. There we go. Now we're free. Not as free as I would like to be. This will work. I know it looks bad. It'll get us there. Then you send him one of those. Then you send him one of those. What are we doing? We're looking for KOs. Wow, I really didn't leave myself anything there. Bomber, dude. No, don't be a fool. Do that, then that. We're free. That was a scary situation. I was worried about our ability to become free temporarily. As usual, those worries were unfounded. We got ourselves out of a jam in a big way. Still a pretty bad time for that, it turns out. I really, really don't want to build on the garbage hole. You're making it very complicated to avoid that. Where are we at? 19th with 4 KOs? You know, it's not perfect. But it's where we're at. So it'll have to do. We really got to clear up that garbage hole. I know it looks bad to use a long piece for that minor purpose right there, but it cleared up the garbage hole. In my opinion, got us out of a jam. Sorry, this is an extreme radio silence edition. That's a big one. Put me on badges real quick. That's not what I wanted for that. Sorry, we got a fixable long piece. Yikes. We owe this long piece our whole life. I mean, when do you not, though? Now that I think about it. Please? Oh! It's workable. It seemed like a string of terrible moves. I promise you it was not. It was an accidental galaxy brain circumstance. But you know what we call an accidental galaxy brain in the business? You got it, brother. It's a galaxy brain. You know what? Yes, I'm willing. It's gotta happen. No. Don't lie to me. Don't lie to me. Let me in. Send them. If you gotta send them, it's not the wrong idea to send them. Oh! Yo, we ran into some serious heavy Wyatt action at the end there. That's all right. I can live with the third place performance. I think that was pretty good. You ran your sets. That's the thing, dude. All you can ever ask for is running your sets. I see that this dude, he's got 4 badges over here. He's at the very bottom of his board. I'll be back in a couple of minutes. We're going to play... See your stats there? We're going to play the beta/demo for Cooking Simulator. See you in a moment. Yo, the Wyatt that was at the bottom is going to be... he got eliminated, I think. Is looking close, at least. Oh, dude, it's tight. I'm watching it out. Play it out. Yo, look at the one Wyatt's board, though. Bottom left. It's so clean. The other Wyatt, he's got some gaps in the line. Oh, but he got a square block at an inopportune time. Look at that. He's free. He got him. If his name's Wyatt, I'm going to lose it, dude. Steph. Of course. All right. I'll be back. Enjoy the Tetris music in the back for a couple of minutes. All right, I am back. Just let me get the setup going here. Can we get a bald Wilfrid Laurier emote? I don't know if there's any... I mean, first off, I don't think it's going to get as much use as you might think it would. I would love... By the way, it's going to be a little loud. Secondly, I don't know if my man's image is public domain. I know he's been dead for, like, 70 years, but... Does your face just become public domain after a while? That seems pretty messed up. Now we're talking. Oh, baby. It's the kind of rock music your mom can get down with. Non-threatening. 4/4 time. Not too up-tempo. No lyrics to get offended by. 3, 2, 1, go. I'm just kidding. This is definitely a song that your mom would go to, like, Miami, and then she'd come back and be like, yo, check this out. It'd be a song about, like, waking up on the beach. Waking up in Fort Lauderdale. Something like that. Baby, we got the Florida Keys if you got it on lock. It's about Wilfrid Laurier. Dude, I wish I knew more of my own country's history. I was watching the Jeopardy Tournament of Champions, though, and there was a category on Canadian history. The $2,000 question was who was the first Prime Minister of Canada. Dude in the middle, Mackenzie King. Wrong again, bitch. Sir John A. Macdonald.